Welcome to part one of the high proof whiskey bracket. Which high proof whiskey is going to come out on top? I had a computer randomize a bracket of a bunch of different whiskeys that I think could be number one. Here's the bracket. So up first, we have the Elijah Craig Batch 524 going up against Blanton Straight from the Barrel. This Blanton Straight from the Barrel is 129 proof. So let's dive into this one and see which bourbon is going to move on to the next round between these two. I'll be using my solo blind for this series. Go ahead and spin it a couple times. I've got my first sample. Ooh, that is a great nose. It's bright, it's fruity, there's a little bit of vanilla, little bit of caramel. I really enjoy the aroma on this. Let's compare it to number two. The aroma on number two is fantastic as well. I'm getting a little bit more caramel. There are some fruity notes that are layered underneath that caramel, almost like a cherry. There's a little bit of oak. Let me go back and give these two another smell on the aroma, and I'm going to rate these on the aroma. I mean, number one is fantastic on the nose. Those bright fruity notes, that caramel. The second time through, I was picking up like a very, very slight tobacco. Out of 10, I think I'm going to go ahead and give that one a 9 out of 10 on the aroma. Number two. Number two is great on the aroma. It's just not as bright as the first one. It has a lot of similar notes, but it just doesn't stand out as much to me as the first one. So I'm going to give that one an 8 out of 10. All right, let's take a sip. I got my first one. That is delicious. That is a very good bourbon. Let me cleanse my palate. I'll take a sip of number two. I've got number two. There's a big difference between the two as far as the flavor notes that I'm picking up. I definitely tell a difference. There is a distinguishable difference between the two. And I just got to say that, doing a blind is like the best way to rank a bourbon. Obviously I know which two this is, but I don't know which one is which between the two. So, I still got that element of surprise. So let me go back for a second sip. Let me cleanse my palate here. Back to number one. That is absolutely delicious. Fruity notes up front. You get those VOCs, the vanilla, the oak, the caramel. There's almost like a little bit of raisin that's layered in there as well. I think for the palate, I'm going to give the palate a 9 out of 10. Cleanse my palate again. Go back to my second one. Number 2 on the palate, I'm getting more cherry notes. It's very cherry forward. There's a little bit of caramel in there. There's a lot of oak. Almost picking up some black pepper through it as well. I would say for the palate, I gotta give that an 8 out of 10 as well. Going into the finish, I gotta give the first one a 9 out of 10 on the finish. And then for the second one, I'm going to give the second one an 8.5 out of 10 on the finish. The second one gave me more of like a Kentucky hug, like down into my chest. I kind of enjoyed that. You know, I definitely knew I was drinking something with proof, but overall, the first one stood out to me the most. It beat number 2 in aroma, the palate, and the finish. I think the first one that I sampled is the better bourbon. So let's see what's the winner in the first part of this high proof bourbon bracket. And our winner is going to be wow. The Elijah Craig. I'm a big fan of Blanton straight from the barrel. It is a fantastic bottle, but in this blind, the Elijah Craig batch 524 won. So the Elijah Craig batch 524 will be moving on to the next round. Subscribe to follow along with this series. Like this video, leave me a comment, and let me know what you think about this series. Let me know what you think about the results. And again, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can follow along. Stay tuned for part 2. Cheers. Have a good day, y'all.